माधवा कुंज विहारी कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना वृद्ध जनरंजना यशोदानंदना वृद्ध जनरंजना यशोदानंदना वृद्ध जनरंजना नना यशोदानंदना वृद्ध जनरंजना नना यमुना तीरा वनचारियम यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरि जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai 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 Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaurahari Nitai. Jaya Satchidananda, Jaya Satchidananda, Nana Jaya Satchidananda, Jaya Satchidananda, Nana Jaya Satchidananda, Gaurahari, Patita Pavana, Gaurahari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Radhanata, Radha Radhanata, Sri Radhe, Jaya Radha Radhanata, Radha Radhanata, Sri Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Sri Radhe, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada Jaya. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev Jaya Gurudev. Yom Shpatram Saparivrajkacharya Stottar Chata Srimat Divan Grace Avacharanar Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Iskon Brivita Ponaracharya Avacharanar Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Sridhar Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinatha Shama Kundu Radha Kundu Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Sri Krishna Sri Sri Radha Radhanath Ki Jai. Sri Sri Krishna Mallam Ki Jai. Sri Sri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. Sri Sri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Dham Ki Jai. Sri Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Dev Tulsi Dev Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we will discuss from the Krishna book, Krishna the Supreme Personality Godhead, chapter 50. Krishna erects the Dwaraka fort. Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada, after translating Bhagavad Gita in America, he knows that he is not going to complete the translation of entire Bhagavatam. Prabhupada was already in advanced age. But spiritual strength, he was conducting himself, writing books, which we cannot do it. Every day Prabhupada used to sleep by 8 o'clock. When the devotees sleep 9:30, then Prabhupada get up 10 o'clock, and up to 2 o'clock he used to write. 2 o'clock he sleeps again, 3 o'clock get up, get ready for Mangalarti. Many times there are no devotee for Mangalarti, only Prabhupada alone. So for our sake, Prabhupada has taken so much inconveniences. In the old age, one needs more sleep than young age. Once one reaching the 70 years, he needs 8 hours sleep like a child. Child needs 8 to 10 hours. So they also get as you grow up, you must have the more sleep. Otherwise you become fat and so many other problems come up. But he ignored all his comforts. So that, why? For the devotees. That's why once His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj said, we were in the Navadvip Mandal Parikrama, in the Pratap Nagar, we were there, and already His Holiness in Navjogendra Swami Maharaj came and gave a lecture up at 8, quarter to 9 event. We are about to go to sleep. Because next morning 5 we had to leave the place, Parikrama. Then suddenly we got message, oh, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj coming. Maharaj came, 9:30 gave a lecture. And end of the lecture, he asked any question. One brahmachari from Delhi temple asked, Maharaj, we are young people, but we are tired. And you are also, morning 5 o'clock, you are going to eat. There are 5 parikrama parties. One English, Hindi party, one international group, 2 Bengali groups, one Russian party. And Maharaj goes to each and every party to give lecture and comes. Maharaj every day, even now, he gets up for Mangalarti in his room. He can't come down because of the health problem. But in his room, watching the Mangalarti, who are the senior, who are the sannyas coming, watching everybody. And after that, 6 o'clock, leave Mayapur for going to the parikram parties. Brahmaji asked, Maharaj, you are visiting and coming. Don't you feel tired? Your health is not good. Maharaj kept quiet for a few seconds and said, actually, when I think how Prabhupada suffered, took troubles for our sake, when I think that my trouble is nothing in front of that. That's why you can see all Prabhupada disciples, how they take seriously His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Swami Maharaj. I never saw, here I am taking Maharaj name because you all know, I never saw Maharaj taking rest. Once I went to Maharaj, you never take rest. I am taking rest, I am sitting. Can you imagine? Because all they have seen proper how he took it seriously and the disciples followed. We should also follow that principle. At least by reading Prabhupada books. If not, others may not be capable, we are. But at least by reading Prabhupada, what he had each and every book. We have to read all the books. That will help us. Prabhupada wrote and said in the room conversation that 26 volumes are there. They said, if you read my books, you read all Acharya's books. Prabhupada wrote all the commentary by different Acharyas in Gaudiya Sampradaya, starting from Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami are not from our Sampradaya, but his commentary on the Bhagavatam is authority. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also accepted the commentary by Sridhar Swami as authority. Very highly elevated Vaishnava. So we should read it, we also get that benefit. At least we can contribute to Prabhupada's service. We have to understand the philosophy of Krishna. Without understanding philosophy, Srila Prabhupada writes in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it becomes a, what is that? A religion without philosophy, fanaticism. And it just becomes traditions. So if you want to situate it properly in the Krishna consciousness, word is small, but the philosophy behind this one is very, very deep in philosophy. To be Krishna consciousness doesn't mean that, oh, I am chanting 16 rounds. I am maintaining 4 regulatory principles. How much time? 2 hours consciousness. Remaining 22 hours, where is our consciousness? Krishna consciousness means 24-hour consciousness. All the time, that can happen, more time we spend our time in the thinking of Krishna, reading, glorifying, associating, serving. Prabhupada mentioned, engage in service of the Lord and Vaishnavas, hearing from the Vaishnavas, and glorifying the Lord, participating in Kirtana and serving. The one who maintains this 4, you will never fall down. 5th one is, okay, staying in the Dham. It's not that only I go to Vrindavan, only Vrindavan is the way. Yes, there's special potency there, Lord's abode. But Darban also is Dham, Vrindavan Dham. Wherever Lord Radha Krishna is there, if we are serving the Radha Krishna with the wholeheartedly, with the pure heart, fully dedicated, surrendered, that is Dham. Prabhupada many purports like that, where the Lordship is worshipped properly following regulatory principles, it is non-different from Vaikuntha. Temple and the paraphernalia means, you all know, everything what is in this complex, whole compound, everything is non-different from Vaikuntha. One Mataji from California wrote a letter many years before, in the beginning of the movement. She used to serve in the Tulsi garden. And after serving Tulsi garden, come to temple, in the kitchen she used to help washing the pots. But some pujari said, no, only devotee who is doing the pujari service, he will get liberation, not others. So immediately she wrote a letter to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, no, nonsense. The duality exists in the material world. In the spiritual world, everything is absolute by nature. There is no small and big it is. Material world is full of the duality. There is night, there is day, there is birth, there is death, there is happiness, there is distress, there is birth, old age, young age. Everything is duality in the material world. But spiritual world there is no duality. Jai Sri Sri Radha Radhanath ki jai, Giraj Govardhan ki jai, Gauraj ki jai. Prabhupada said that the one who is cleaning the temple, the one who is serving the Tulsi Maharani or washing the pots, any service is same, carries the same value as the one who is serving the Lord directly with the pujari, dressing, cooking, all this. So that way, according to the nature, if I am interested to serve the garden, yes, that garden belongs to Krishna, not us. That mode one serves, yes, there are so many services. Serving brings us the humility, we will free from the false ego. Otherwise, the false ego without we knowing come up. Oh, I am a good devotee. So service is very required. That mood will come up if you try to read the Prabhupada books again. Prabhupada understood that he won't be able to translate 10th canto. That's why before he could take up Bhagavatam and translate further translation, he took up this book. First he translated Bhagavad Gita, after that he took translation of this. It's a 10th canto in the prose form, that's all, nothing else. What you find in 10th canto, the same you find it, little more elaborately explanations. So last week you already discussed the ill-motivated Dhritarashtra. No? Dhritarashtra had the other designs. The empire belonged to his brother Pandu Maharaj. Pandu Maharaj's sons required, but he doesn't want to give it. So now this week we discuss Krishna erects the Dwaraka fort. We all know Krishna killed Kamsa. Kamsa had 9 brothers also. Later they all were killed by Krishna. Kamsa had 2 wives, Asti and Prapti. They were the daughters of Jarasandha. When Kamsa was killed, his brothers were also killed. Then both the wives queens of Kamsa, but Kamsa was given proper respect for the royal ceremony for his cremation and everything. Not that enemy, no. The mama for Kamsa. One mother, how much love she got for children. Then nothing can be compared to love mother to the children. Nowadays Kali Yuga, mother's love also going down. So nowadays they are throwing the child, new babies to the dustbin. Abortion. Abortion more horrible, killing the child, helpless child in the womb of mother. There is no more sinful activity than the abortion it is. Even the Catholic Church also doesn't accept it. That's true. So one mother got so much love, and maternal uncle who is also called Mama. It means he got the more love, double mother love than the child, his own sister. So Mama, therefore, he was given the proper respect. Royal rights, all spinal rights given. Then after that, both the daughters of Kamsa, queens of Kamsa, Prapti and Asti, they go to their parental house, Jarasandha. That story we will discuss it. Upon Krishna's death, his 2 wives became widows. According to Vedic civilization, woman is never independent. She has 3 stages of life. In childhood, a woman should live under the protection of her father. A youthful woman should live under the protection of her young husband. And in the event of death of husband, she should live under the protection of her grown-up sons. Or if she has no grown-up sons, she must go back to her father and lives as a widow under his protection. It appears that Krishna had no grown-up Kamsa. Kamsa had no grown-up sons. He didn't have any sons. Therefore, after his wives became widows, they returned to the father's shelter of their father. Krishna had two queens, Asti and Prapti. They revealed what happened in Mathura, how sons of Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna, Balrama came and killed mercilessly Kamsa. When Jarasandha heard how his son-in-law was killed, Jarasandha was a king of Magadha. Magadha means now we call Bihar. Bihar, now in the history also Ashoka, the great emperor, that time also it's called Magadha. He was the emperor of the Bihar, Magadha Empire, who brought the Buddhism established in a proper way in India and surroundings. He had a great war in the Kalinga war in Orissa. The great war, those days, hundreds of thousands of soldiers, not people, was killed. It was very powerful and very tyrant also. After the war, he went around the battlefield. Those days, after death, all the helmets, all the weaponry, all kings used to collect it. Then he went around, saw that just for my greediness, I want to become big emperor, I have to kill so many millions of thousands of people. When he saw his heart changed. In the meantime, on the way, he happened to see a monk, Buddhist monk coming. When he saw the Buddhist, is very peaceful, no hesitation. And he went, and naturally when he saw offered obeisances and said, then he revealed what he's feeling. Yes, the monk preached him. Already with the standing point, I just for my selfishness, I killed so many people, innocent people. And at that time, Buddhist preaching helped him. Then immediately took up the Buddhism. Then he preached the Buddhism in Indian subcontinent and all other places. From him only spread up to China, Japan, all those. So, here, so when Asti and Prapti, Lord Bihar province, Magadha, I was telling. After reaching home, the two kings explained to their father how it happened. Jarasandha was a very powerful emperor. At that time, there was no competition for Jarasandha. Its birth is itself a very, like a story it is. Jarasandha is not one person. The king, his father, didn't have any child. He performed the yajna. After that, he was blessed to have son. He had two queens. No, he had one queen. He has given one fruit so that he will get the child. Fruit, the queen cut the fruit in two pieces and eat the fruit. When the queen given the birth to the child is not full and complete, two pieces. From the vertically, from the head to ear, left piece, right piece. When he saw the child like that one, the astrologer said that this child is bringing all inauspiciousness to this kingdom, and you don't accept the child. It is demonic version. Immediately thrown those two pieces in the purse, gave it to the soldiers and said, throw it out. When he thrown in the forest, there was a demoness going, sheer demon. She was going on there, she saw the piece of the meat there, she immediately took it. As she took both hands and tried to bring it both joined together. Then she brought she knows that is the child is a royal child because clothes were there. Brought to the king of Magadha, Jarasandha, not Jarasandha, his father. Then given this is your child and told everything. He was happy. Because Jara is the name of the demon, she demon, Sandhya means joining. The two pieces are joined to make the child. That's why the father of that guy given the name Jarasandha. And because very powerful, because of the benediction, nobody can kill him unless you bifurcate him body two pieces. The secret was not known to anyone. Only Lord Krishna knows it. So it was very powerful. Nobody can come fight with him. He was cruel also. He thought that now it is time for me to subdue the Yadu dynasty. Therefore started preparing making the army. He began to make extensive arrangements to attack kingdom of Mathura with innumerable military phalanxes. Phalanxes also called Achoini. In the Bhagavatam you will find, Bhagavad Gita you will find Achoini word, where Krishna was looking. Achoini consists of 109,000 infantry soldiers. Infantry means the one who walk with the foot in the war. 64,000 horse riders. The soldiers fight on the horse. 64,000 elephant riders. This is consists of, and about 64,000 who the great warriors fighting the chariot, sitting in the chariot and driving. So this is the composition of one Achoini or one phalanxes. Kauravas had 18 Achoini and Pandavas had 11 Achoini those days. But here also many phalanxes consist of many thousands of chariots, horses, elephants and infantry soldiers. There are some prepared 13 such military phalanxes. Just imagine how many millions total. So that's such a big army. At present, if you see them, they will call it as Achoini Corps Commander, led by Lieutenant General. There are some prepared 13 such military phalanxes to retaliate death of Kamsa. Taking with him all his military strength, he attacked the capital of Yadu dynasty, Mathura. And the complete Mathura fort was, in the gone days, whole city used to be within the fort. Not like that. So they used to construct the fort in a way that the wall outside the main parapet is outside the city area. Outside the fort area, nobody can construct any houses. That is protection. So that's why they used to take over by stopping the entrance to the fort, they used to blockade the entire fort. Because you don't allow any supply to go or come out, then automatically you can easily conquer it. Taking with him all his military strength, he attacked the capital of the Yadu kings, Mathura, surrounding it from all directions. Krishna, who appeared like an ordinary human being, saw the immense strength of Jarasandha. Compared to Jarasandha, the Yadu didn't have so much big army, which appeared like an ocean, about to cover the beach at any moment. He also perceived that the inhabitants of Mathura were overwhelmed with fear. For many years they never faced any war because Kamsa was very powerful. Kamsa was so powerful that even demigods didn't dare to attack Mathura. Because of that they never faced any war during the time of Kamsa. So now that suddenly war is coming, all the people were very much afraid. Then Krishna started thinking himself that his mission as an incarnation, how to tackle the present situation before him. He thought that he was not going to conquer the kingdom of Magadha, to kill king of Magadha, namely Jarasandha, was useless. His mission is incarnated not to kill all the kings, to reduce the burden on the earth. Okay. That remains. He doesn't want to kill Jarasandha, but Krishna knows, being Supreme Lord, he knows that the Jarasandha will be killed by someone else, Bhima, not by him. The Lord wants to kill, but he will kill. But the law made by himself, he cannot break the law. So therefore, his mission is not to kill Jarasandha, but the army which is bringing 13 phalanxes, he can kill. By that, he can reduce the burden on the earth. Thinking about that. Therefore, he took up the opportunity to face the many men, chariots and all, with a small army. Having seen such a big army, Krishna and Balaram did not take the big army. They took the very few strength of, like a one platoon, like small army. Krishna and Balaram came out of the foot. And Jarasandha said that, oh, he's coming with a small army. I can just kill these boys. But they don't know that Krishna, who is Krishna, Balaram. By the desire of Krishna, two divine chariots started coming from the sky. Nobody knew, only Krishna knew. Even Balaram didn't know. These chariots belong coming from the Vaikuntha. These are the eternal related to Krishna. During the whole pastimes of Krishna, the chariots remained with Krishna. After Krishna Balaram left this planet, the chariot also went back along with the chariot driver Daruka. While Lord Krishna was thinking in this way, the two beautiful chariots fully equipped with the drivers, meant chariot drivers, weapons, flags, and other paraphernalia, arrived for him from outer space. Krishna saw the two chariots present before him and immediately addressed his Balaram, elder brother Balaram. See, you are the Lord of the universe. You are Lord of the Yadu dynasty. All the people of the Yadu dynasty, Mathura, seek your protection. Only you can save them from Jarasandha's attack. You are eternal. The chariot has come from the spiritual world. Please take there, sit. You got all your weapons required to attack. Kill the Jarasandha all. You are the best among the Aryans. Aryans means some people, special Western historians, to divide the Indian community so that they can fight each other. In the history, they use the word Aryans and Dravidians. They made that the North Indians are the Aryans, South Indians are Dravidians, so that they can fight each other. It is a British conspiracy. People also accept because history was written by them, later supported by the politicians. So, but originally our scripture nowhere. Aryans means, Prabhupada writes in this purport that Aryans means civilized people who follow the regulative principles of Vedic instructions are Aryans, means best people. Okay. Dravidians, it is, of course, South Indian people are called Dravid. It's a land that is Dravida. Yeah. The land area, like the Bihar is called Magadha, like the Dehradun, Haridwar is called Devabhumi, the land of the demigods. So, different parts of the land that is called different names. Like eastern part of the Bharat, up to Brahmaputra, it is called Brahmavarta, where Manu Maharaj used to have the kingdom, Brahmavarta. Different places, different names. So, the southern India is called Dravida Bhumi. It is. So, here the word Aryans coming. You are the Lord of the universe. And especially you are the protector of Yadu dynasty. Yadu dynasty was blessed by the long history. Yadu Maharaj was a great devotee of the Lord. That's why when he meditated, he was blessed that one day the Lord will appear in your dynasty. So to fulfill that desire, Krishna and Balaram, they appeared in the dynasty. Krishna, though he is the elderly superior, Balaram is his servant, Sandhini Shakti, Ananta Bhagavan, Sankarshan. But he appeared as the elder brother. Because in the Rama avatar, when Lord Krishna decided to appear in this incarnation, the Adishesh approached Lord in the spiritual world, said that, my Lord, the last time you were my elder brother. I was your younger brother. And when you and Mother Sita was suffering the forest, walking on the forest, thorns hurting you, I could not bear the pain. But I am your younger brother, I can't say anything. But this time I want to become your elder brother, so that I can control you. You have to listen what I said it, being elder brother. So by the approval of Lord Krishna, he said, okay, fine, this time you can. So that Sankarshan Bhagavan, Adishesh, Anantashesh, now appeared as a Balaram. So now say that the elder brother said, you are the master of the Yadu dynasty. You have to protect them. Your chariot is also here, filled with all the weapons. I request you, sir, sit on the chariot, kill all these soldiers, the entire military strength of our enemy, Jarasandha. The two of us have descended to this earth to lessen the burden on the earth. Forces. Protection. Power gone. So, after equipping themselves with the military dress, Krishna and Balaram mounted the chariot. Military dress is not changing the dress, putting the shields on their chest. The war, like nowadays put the bulletproof jacket, In the gone days they used to have the kings, they used to have the golden shields on the chest so that any arrow coming, it will protect them, especially touching the abdomen, from abdomen to here only. That's the military dress. They have the bracelet also, so that the hitting on the wrist, you lose the power. So that's why they have that. In the gone days, those used to be on the chest, on the shoulders, and the wrist. Nothing on the leg side. After equipping themselves with the military dress, Krishna and Balaram mounted their chariot. Krishna rode the chariot with Daruka, the eternal chariot driver in the spiritual world. The same personality came down to serve Krishna. And they came out of Mathura blowing their respective conch shells. Curiously enough, although other party was equipped with greater military strength, when they heard the vibration of Krishna's conch shell, what is the name of Krishna's conch shell? Bhagavad Gita comes up in the first chapter. Panchajanya. Remember it. How far true we don't know. There is a YouTube that they found the conch shell in the Kurukshetra. The weight of the conch shell is 30 kilo. The 30 kilo weight of the conch shell, how powerful was Krishna? Just imagine. Krishna was that time 18 feet height. I read some. When Jarasandha saw Krishna and Balaram, he was a little bit compassionate. How old was Krishna and Balaram that time? When he killed Kamsa, he was 11 years old. He left Vrindavan when he was 10 years, 8 months. He came to Mathura. He just entered 11 years old when he killed Kamsa. After that, he went to Sandipani Muni Ashram, Ujjain, Avantinagar, to admit in Gurukul to study. They don't need their Supreme Lord, but now he is acting as a human being. They had to act like that. So that Lord is telling that even God has to take shelter of a Guru. That's why they took shelter of Sandipani Acharya. Actually, It was suggested by their family priest, Gargacharya. Gargacharya, son of Lord Brahma, the family priest. He said that for you must go to Sandipani. The correct Acharya for you. Your eternal devotee is waiting for you. But he doesn't know that you are arrived here. So you go ahead and bless him. So he goes, in 64 days, how many? 64 days? 2 months sometime, few days. There are 64 days, Krishna and Balaram learned all the education, Vedic education. They are called 64 Kala, arts, 64 art stores in the whole universe. One day, one art he was. When Sandipan, the sage Guru, was surprised. To learn one Kala, it needs so many years I studied. And these boys are just learning in one day time. He doesn't know that the Supreme Lords. A short period, 3 months he completed. Then after that, when they come back, it is happening. It means they are still young kids, 15, 16 years, not even more. That's why when Jarasandha saw these two, Krishna and Balaram, they were already great-grandfather, very old person, and Krishna Balaram youth. When he saw them, he felt like my grandsons. He started feeling that. Jarasandha said, it will be great dishonor for me to fight with these boys like Krishna and Balaram. Because Krishna had killed Kamsa, Jarasandha especially addressed him as a killer of Mama. How can you kill? You can kill your maternal uncle, relatives. Relatives not to be killed, you have to give protection. Kamsa had killed many of his own nephews, yet Jarasandha did not take notice. But Krishna had killed his maternal uncle, Kamsa. Jarasandha tried to criticize him. That is the way of demonic people. Demons do not try to find their own faults or those of other friends, but try to find the faults of their enemies. Jarasandha also criticized Krishna for not even being a Kshatriya. All the time, whenever anybody fighting with Krishna, they say, you are not Kshatriya, you are not supposed to fight, you are a Vaishya. Vaishya means business committee, go behind the cattle. Why you are in the battlefield? Kshatriyas are meant for fighting. Why? Because Jarasandha said, nobody knows your birth. Where is the proof that you are son of Devaki Vasudeva? Everybody knows that you are son of Nanda Baba and Yashoda, and they are Vaishyas. So Vasudeva and Nanda Baba both are brothers. Vasudeva fast shoots and had many wives in the gone days. Because socio-political situation, they used to marry many wives, not because they want to enjoy, no, to maintain the peace. So Kshatriya can marry Vaishya and Shudra girls. Okay. Therefore, he married many. Mother of Nanda Baba was a Vaishya lady, therefore he took up the profession of cattle herding, Gopal. And Vasudev's mother was Kshatriya lady, so he took up the profession of Kshatriya. That's why here, Kamsa knows all the, Jarasandha knows it, that's why you are son of Nanda Baba. Because he was raised by the Maharaj Nanda, Krishna was not a Kshatriya, but a Vaishya. Vaishyas are generally called Guptas. And the word, Gupta, you all know it, South Africa, can be used the means hidden. Gupta means hidden. Why they are called hidden? In the gone days, the Vaishya community, business people had their money. Nobody knows it. So that's why called the Guptas. Gupta become Guptas. And raised by Nanda Maharaj, Jarasandha accused Krishna of 3 faults. That he killed his own maternal uncle, which is prohibited by law. That he was not even a Kshatriya. And that he was hidden in his childhood. Out of fear he was hidden. So 3 faults are there. Therefore, Jarasan felt ashamed to fight with a such person. How can I fight? From the child you are covered. A Kshatriya should always come in the front to face the enemy, but you are afraid. Next he turned towards Balram and addressed him, "You Balram, if you like, you can fight along with him. If you have patience, then you can wait to be killed by my arrows. Thus you can be promoted to heaven." It's stated in Bhagavad Gita that Kshatriya can benefit. Where it is, Krishna says, the first chapter is also says, Arjuna, that if you fight a war, you leave the body, you go to heaven. If you become victorious, you get the kingdom to enjoy. In both cases, you are not in loss. In the war, any soldier, that days and even the present day also, when the soldiers are dead, their destiny is the heaven. The soldiers do not fight for the selfish. The reason why somebody asks, why Krishna says that soldiers die in the war elevated to heaven. Soldiers, they don't fight for the selfishness. The death in the war is for the protection of the nation. That being that there is no selfishness, that's why the instruction in the Veda that any soldier die in the war will be elevated to heavenly planet. And that present day also applies. Nowadays, the war, especially India-Pakistan war, everybody wants to give their lives to the highest point. Because they know that if I die, I go to heaven. We go or not, the God knows it. But a scriptural injection that anybody dying in the war will also go heaven. First chapter Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says. Bhagavad Gita said Kshatriya can benefit in either two ways. While fighting, where Kshatriya gains victory in the fight, he enjoys the results of victory, but even killed, he is promoted to the heavenly kingdom. After hearing Jason, Krishna and Balram fight using divine weapons. They destroy the entire army of Jarasan. How many was the phalanxes? 13 phalanxes. So such a big army, more than 1.5 or 2 million army defeat the two were Krishna and Balram. After that, Balram wanted to kill Jarasan, but Krishna prohibited, no, don't kill him now. Then he was humiliated very badly. Then Jarasan was forced to go back to his kingdom, Magda. But he wanted to commit suicide, but on the way his friend said, no, you are a Kshatriya, you must have the courage. Again we will come and attack it. The dead bodies of the elephants appeared, small islands, and the dead horses appeared like sharks. By the arrangement of the supreme will, there was a great river of blood filled with the paraphernalia. The hands, legs, and infantry soldiers floated just like different kinds of fish. The hair of the soldiers floated like seaweed and moss, and the floating bows and soldiers resembled waves of the river. And all the jewelry from the bodies of the soldiers and commanders seemed like many pebbles flowing down the river of blood. That's why now in the gone days after the war, Second World War also, you might have studied, there are also many wars. There used to be what you call plague or something, diseases used to spread. Any war there, after that, surrounding villages, people will die of the diseases. Dead bodies not taken care. But after Second World War, they started some places, not everywhere, started putting petrol in throwing the petrol, putting all the dead bodies fire. So that diseases do not spread. Where they do not do it, because of the local customs, the diseases do come, many villages die. Now, when all the soldiers of Jarasan had been killed and he was the only one left alive, certainly he was very much depressed. Sri Balram immediately arrested him with great strength, just as one lion captures another. But while Balram was binding Jarasandha with the rope of Varuna. Varuna is the divine weapon. Okay? It is not a physical seen rope to bind it. With the mantras they were, as if individual feel that I have bound it. Okay? The two type of weapons in the Bhagavatam also come, Astra and Shastra. Shastra means physical weapon, like arrow is there, Shastra. Arrow is there, swords are there, mace is there, all the Shastras. But the same arrow, when you initiate with the proficiate with the mantra, like a arrow is there, I use the Agni mantra, then the arrow material, it assumes like a fire, all called. Wherever hit, it will cause the fire. Like now, there's like big missiles, which nowadays we can say. So when we proficiate that material weapon with the mantras, then they are called astras. So that Varna weapon is that, you can use the Varna weapon with the what desires, Varna weapon. Either it can rain the water, like a big cyclone is coming, or if you want that Varna to bind someone. Vaman Bhagavan also used the Varun Astra to bind Bali Maharaj when he surrendered. Also in the Ramayana also, Indrajit used the Varna this weapon to bind Hanuman. Then he saw that not working, then he used the Brahmastra. So he was bound by the Varunastra. Also Krishna, with great plan in mind for the future, asked Balaram to arrest him, not to arrest him. Why? Because Krishna knows that he will come again with a big army. Staying in Mathura, I can kill all those soldiers. That is how I can reduce the burden of the earth. That is my purpose of incarnation. When he was really, Jarasandha felt ashamed. To be forgiven by the enemy for Kshatriya is worse than the death. A Kshatriya like to die in the hands of the death, but not to be forgiven after defeat. Released Jarasandha as a great fighting hero, Jarasandha was ashamed, and he decided that he would no longer live as a king, but would resign from his position in the royal order and go to the forest to practice meditation under severe austerities and penances. But his friends, royal other kings, already no, the Kshatriya must have the courage to fight again. We will come out back again to fight back. So he wanted to commit suicide and get out of the, go to sannyasa, but they said, no, your Kshatriya must not lose the courage. Then when he was persuaded by other kings, he returned back to his province. In this way, Jarasandha, the king of Mathura, Magadha province, having lost all strength, having been insulted by the arrest and subsequent release, could do nothing but to return to his kingdom. Thus Krishna conquered the soldiers of Jarasandha. Although Krishna's army was very tiny in comparison to Jarasandha, not a pinch of his strength was lost, whereas all of the Jarasandha men were killed. The vengeance of heaven were very much pleased, and they offered their respect by chanting in glorification of the Lord and showering him with flowers. The demigods are also afraid of power of Jarasandha. Now that he was killed, they know that Jarasandha cannot be killed by anyone. Only will be killed by Balaram, Krishna, Bhima and Duryodhana. Nobody else can kill him. He was such a powerful personality. They were demigods cannot do. Therefore, the demigods were worried because Jarasandha used to sacrifice the human being to please the yajna. That's why demigods were not happy, but they can't do anything. It is written in other books, not in this book. Okay. Showering the flower, accepting the victory with a great appreciation. Jarasandha returned to his kingdom, and the Mathura city was saved from the danger of imminent attack. Citizens of Mathura organized a combined services of professional singers like Sutas and Magadhas, along with the poets who could compose the nice songs. And they began to chant the victory of glorification of Krishna. When Krishna entered the city after the victory, many bugles, conches, kettle drums sounded, and the vibration of various musical instruments. Mridangas all joined together to make a beautiful reception. While Krishna was entering, the whole city was cleansed. All the different streets and roads were sprinkled with water, and the inhabitants, being joyous, decorated their respective houses and shops with the flags and festoons. They were very happy to see that dangerous situation. They are saved from the dangerous situation of the great war with Jarasan. Jarasan, the king of Mathura, besieged the city of Mathura not only once but 17 times. 17 times. Mahabharata war also took place 17 days. 17 times. Muhammad Ghazni also attacked India 17 times. Looks like a standard procedure. Latest war also. Yeah. So, 17 times, all the 17 times, he was badly defeated. When he came on the 18th time to attack, he came with a big army. At the same time, there was another Yavan king. Yavanas means the tribe, those do not follow the Vedic instruction rules. They are called Mlechas and Yavanas. Those who follow the Vedic way of life, they are called Vedic system, Sanatana Dharma, now we call Hindu. And those who do not follow the Vedic system, they are called Mlechas and Yavanas. And that is how Yavanas become one of the tribe. The Yavanas, there was one king Kala, Kala Yavan. He was the king, he was very powerful. He used to ask, attack the kings. Say, who is the most powerful I want to attack? He was told that no, king of Mathura, they are Krishna, very powerful. If you can defeat, you will become glorified as the powerful king. So he also comes to attack at the same time. The story is narrated in the Vishnu Puran. Once Gargamuni, priest of Yadu dynasty, was taunted by his brother-in-law. When the kings of the Yadu dynasty heard the taunt, they laughed at him. That you have no children like that, So he decided that he would produce someone who would be very fearful to the Yadu dynasty. He was a family priest of Yadu dynasty because they are taunted, so he felt very happy. He wanted to create a person who can produce a person who can be fearful for the Yadu dynasty himself. So he pleased Lord Shiva and received from him the benediction of his son. He begot his son Kala Yavana and the wife of Yavana king. This Kala Yavana inquired from Narada, who are the most powerful kings in the world? Narada informed that Yadus are the most powerful kings. Thus informed, Kala Yavana attacked the city of Mathura. At the same time, the Jarasandha tried to attack for the 18th time, last time, both coming. Krishna and Balaram understood this is the point, why Lord has to create Dwaraka. Krishna understood that we are in a great situation. Entire city encircled by the Jarasandha force and Kala Yavana. People are afraid. Constantly they are under attack. To give the citizens free from this fear of attack again and again, Lord decided it's time for us to move from this place to other place. Began to consider, in consulting with Baladev, how much the Yadu dynasty was in distress, being threatened by the attacks of two formidable enemies, Jarasandha and Kala Yavana. Time was growing short. Kala Yavana was already besieging Mathura from all sides. It was expected that day after next, Jarasandha would also come, equipped with the same number of divisions of soldiers as in his previous 17 attempts. Krishna was certain that Jarasandha would take advantage of the opportunity to capture Mathura when it was being besieged by Kala Yavana. He therefore thought it wise to take precautionary measures for defending against the attack from the two strategic points. If both Krishna and Balaram were engaged in fighting with Kalayavana at one place, sometime Jarasandha can enter Mathura and kill all the Yadus and people. To save them, Lord decided to construct a fort in the ocean, Arabian Ocean. How many of you gone to Dwaraka? Nobody gone. Dwaraka, most 95%, even 98% you can say, almost under the sea. Now it is a touristy place. Is anybody going to Dwaraka? You can, what you call it, the small motor goes in the ocean. Modi started this process. So one can go and see the remnants of Dwaraka under the sea. The small portion, one palace is still there. It's called Bet Dwaraka. You have to go in ship. Now they made a road also, a bridge on the sea. You have to go small, it's just a 15 minutes drive in the ship. You can go. That's one of the small portion of the palace of Lord Krishna is there. Small temple is there. If you happen to go to Dwaraka, you must visit it. It's called Bet Dwaraka. So Krishna thus proceeds. Krishna first of all constructed a very strong wall covering the 96 square miles. Actually in other places mentioned that how Krishna bought this one. He summoned personification of present deity of ocean. He wanted some land. The Lord knows, he knows that, Varunadeva knows that Krishna, the Supreme Lord. He said, I give it. You want permanent or no. I did. When I leave this world, again you can take it back. And that condition took it. Then he called the Vishwakarma to construct the place so that all the residents of Mathura can be transferred there. By the message, in other places written, then he summoned Yogamaya. So you must transfer all the residents of Mathura to Dwaraka. They should know nothing about this transference. When they get up in the morning, they should think that they are in Mathura only. So by the assistance of Mathura, they killed it. And they transferred all the citizens to Dwaraka. The first of all constructed very strong wall covering 96 square miles, and the wall itself was within the sea. It was certainly wonderful and was planned and constructed by Vishwakarma. No ordinary architect could construct such a fort within the sea, but an architect like Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma, the architect of the heavenly planet, is also called Twasta, who is considered to be the engineer among the demigods, can execute such wonderful craftsmanship anywhere in the universe. If huge planets can float in the weightlessness in the outer space by the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, surely the architectural construction of a fort covering 96 square miles within the sea was not very wonderful. Almost all the places were they're describing the Dwaraka new one. In each and every house there were underground rooms containing big golden and silver pots for stocking grains, and there were many golden water pots within the rooms. When demigod Indra saw that Lord, Supreme Lord Krishna constructing the forts and for residences for his people, he also wanted to do some service to the Lord. He brought from the heavenly planet Sadharma Sabha, court hall. The specialty of the Sadharma Sabha is that so long anyone sitting in that hall, they don't feel tiredness, they don't feel hungry, they don't feel sleepy also. And similarly, all the demigods, they came also given some gift to Krishna. Residents of the quarters were so arranged that different castes, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras had respective quarters. Also, Indra also sent the celebrated Parijata tree from the heavenly plant to the plant to be planted in the Dwaraka. Sudharma, the specific quality of the assembly house was that anyone participating in a meeting within it would overcome the influence of invalidity due to old age. The demigod Varuna presented a horse which was all white except for the black ears, and which could run at the speed of the mind. Kubera, treasurer of the demigods, presented art of attaining the 8th perfectional stage of material opulences. There are different jewels name. Ashtasiddhi also, 8 riches are there. Hanuman was also blessed to have the 8 riches by Sita Mata. They blessed you, Ashtanidhi now Nidhi Data. So they are called that some jewels, different names. Those who got all the jewels, they consider richest person in the world. Not everybody can have it. There are 330 million demigods, each entrusted with a particular department of universal management. All the demigods took the opportunity of the Supreme Lord constructing a city of his own choice to present their respective gift, making city of Dwarka unique within the universe. This proves that while there are undoubtedly innumerable demigods, none of them is independent of Krishna. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna is Supreme Master and all others are his servants. So all the demigods took the opportunity to render service to Krishna. The example should be followed by all, especially those who are Krishna conscious, because they should serve Krishna by all their respective abilities. It's important instruction. Whatever we have to use our resources in service of Krishna. Prabhupada also said in the Vedic instructions, we are entitled to, as devotees, we are entitled to enjoy our earnings only 50%. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he was a family holder when met Prabhupada in Canada, surrendered, became devotee. When he used to get the salary, he was in high post, he was a manager. Those days, 70s was a business, MBA qualified that time, he was highly qualified. He used to bring entire salary and give to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, you are family member, Prabhupada, your mercy. Then Prabhupada gives money, some money. So, this Prabhupada said that only 50% you are entitled to utilize for your comfort, maintaining the family. Remaining 50% must be utilized in service of the Lord. Dharmartha Kama Moksha. That's why Srila Prabhupada specially instruction for devotees. Example should be followed by all, especially those who are Krishna conscious. For they should serve Krishna by their respective ability. When a new city was fully constructed according to plan, Krishna transferred all the inhabitants of Mathura and installed Sri Balaram as the city father. After this, he consulted with Balaram, and being garlanded with lotus flowers, but carrying no weapons, he came out of the city to meet Kalayavana, who had already surrendered Mathura. So this ends. Next chapter comes, how Kalayavana was killed. That is also deliverance of Muchukunda. A wonderful story. Any questions, you are welcome to ask. Sri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Jagannath Subal, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.